1970s, I had a kind of interest and a yearning to try my hand at some art. And I knew about the art center that was in Tenafly at the time, and they were offering classes in painting, weaving, pottery. So I experimented gradually. I signed up for a painting class, and then maybe 6 months later, I stayed with the painting class, but I tried my hand with pottery, liked it, and was involved with both of them for a short time. And then, of course, I couldn't do everything at once. I was raising 2 daughters. So I let go of the pottery and got more serious with painting. After a couple of years, I realized that there was stone sculpture being offered as well, and I became immediately addicted to it. Just, the process of stone carving was very appealing to me. So for a long time, I was juggling painting and sculpting. And I did that for several years. Eventually Art Center moved to its present location in New Milford. And I just stayed with those 2 mediums. And it wasn't until maybe 10 years ago that I found out about printmaking. So I'm very conflicted in terms of pursuing all 3 mediums, but somehow or other, right now I'm doing 2. I'm doing the printmaking and painting. In my work, I find that sculpture and painting and printmaking are all connected and related. And it's quite interesting. When I do have my one-person shows in Piermont, when I see everything assembled on the wall and on the floor with my stone sculpture, there are always many connecting threads between the various mediums. And it's fascinating because, I employ a lot of layers in my paintings and collage elements and texture, both in the paintings and printmaking. Because with printmaking, I also use some sheen collé. It's a method whereby you can glue on various elements on top of the monotype. And then, of course, the sculpture combines smooth and textured surfaces, so there's that whole interplay. I think that the Art Center is an incredible venue for anybody who is interested in learning art, whether they're a beginner or an intermediate. But starting out, I think it is just phenomenal. And I credit the Art Center most definitely for providing me with, the surroundings and the teachers, whereby I was able to really get a background in what I do.
I like printmaking because you can work on paper, and it's something, all these years that I've worked in art, everything is somewhere else. It's either in someone else's house, and it's just one of a kind, or in restaurants. I've done offices, businesses. So actually I came because I wanted my kids to have some of my artwork when I'm not here anymore. So that was I guess I hit midlife crisis and decided that I would like to have a legacy of my artwork. So that's how I started. Because I don't really have much, I only have pictures of things and slides. So I wanted some. So whether I sell any of my printmaking, it doesn't really matter to me. It's just working on what interests me and experimenting. I've done etchings, aquatints, a monoprint, printing, photo etching. I like to draw, so I've done a lot of drawing on different kinds of plates. I did a lithography. I've done like 10 lithography plates. This one's in the show in the back, to show my dirty hands. You get very messy here. The atmosphere is encouraging. Everybody's very encouraging. to everyone else. No one's putting anybody down. Everybody's giving, if you want recommendations, or if you think somebody could give you a little advice, they're willing to, but they're not, overbearing. So and everybody's very, they've been in the art, many people have been in the art field for a long time, so, but no one has an uppity attitude. Everybody does great work. Everybody's different, it's all unique. But we all work with each other, so we get ideas from each other, and some people are better at one thing than another, so if you're a little better at etching, you can work with that person and help them if the teacher's too busy. But usually the teacher will be there for you to help you.
Well, right now what's unique about my work in particular is that I'm just trying to work on a particular focus area. I'm working on landscape, which other artists are too, but I'm trying to work on landscapes that from photographs that I've taken in the Adirondacks. So for me that is particular right now. Places I've been, places I've seen, that I've been outside, that I've taken photographs of that just completely blow me away or move me. And now I'm trying to see what I can do with them as an artist to transform them or make them different from the way I saw them in real life. But I needed a subject. And that was easy for me because I go there a lot. I love the Adirondacks. I feel it when I'm there. When I'm driving, I'm almost a danger. I'm like, oh, look at that. So this is easy because it's, again, a starting point. Some people might sit at home and go, I want to paint or I want to do printmaking. I don't know what I would do. And so to have this subject to say, I love the Adirondacks, or I love flowers, whatever it would be for somebody, you need a starting point. And this became easy. Then I also took away my own excuses by saying, you love the Adirondacks, you're always photographing the Adirondacks, you've got all these photographs, and printmaking is a perfect vehicle for that because it's photo offset. You can use Photoshop, you can etch, you can do whatever. Now, shut up and do it. I like the element of surprise in printmaking. I like that it's a controlled, planned process that still leaves an element of surprise. No matter what, by the time you put it on a press and you've rolled it through, you are not 100% sure of what it's going to look like when you take the blankets off again. And I think that's exciting. Or you're going to have that little bit of a mistake or that transformative process that maybe wasn't a part of your plan, and now you're going to look at it and like it, or you're going to look at it and use that as a springboard to jump off of and perhaps work the piece again a little more with either paint or pencil, or you can even go back in, run it through the plates again, run it through the press again. So it just leaves a constant opportunity, and I like that. I feel so fortunate to walk into a room with people who I know have been doing this for a lot longer than I have, who have been showing their work for a long time. They're very, very accomplished. And that was a bar that I wanted set for me. I wanted a high bar set for me so that I could know that I'm learning on the level that I wanted. And yet these people are very generous with their spirit. They're very generous with their work, with their critiquing. There is no sense of competition. They're like, yes, that's great. Look at you, your first print, that looks great. And that's a fabulous environment to work in, because then you don't have to, if you're nervous and you're insecure about how you're working, you're not going to work well, you're not going to create. And that's not at all the environment in our printmaking class. It's just absolutely open and sharing, and it's almost like everybody's cheering you on, and that's great.
And some of these people are so talented, the people that I work with that are in my class. They are up in age, they have been painting and they have been doing printmaking and everything for years, and yet nothing. They're always willing to help. They are so pleasant, and if you see certain little techniques and you don't know how to do them, they will explain them to you from the beginning to the end. It's not like when you ask someone who bakes a cake, can I have the recipe? And either they don't give you the recipe or they leave something out, so you shouldn't make it as good as they do. Never like that.
Every person is encouraged to do their own style, whatever it's, if it's figurative, if it's abstract, if it's into color. Each person, if it's photographic image, we can just work with Xerox. Each person should do their own style, and we don't have one model and everybody does the same thing. We do techniques, but each person's content of work is their own.
I find it stimulating to work with a group. Everyone does something different. We feed off each other. I really prefer to work alone. I'm more comfortable that way. But I like contact with people. I live alone. My husband's dead. So this provides me with social interaction also. But there are very talented people in that class. Some are extremely creative, some are extremely good at the technical stuff. You put it all together, and I think the quality of our work is very high. I don't think there's anybody that could top us.
I think anybody could benefit, again, if they have that seed of interest. They could absolutely start in, go for it, and within a very short time, produce something that they would love and be proud of. And they would want to come back for more and do it again.
Oh, I think it's a good idea that people constantly grow and experiment and try new things, and even if they don't have any art training, they can, or any art experience at all. From people with no art experience to people with years and years, there's still room for everyone.
There's a place for everything. There's a place for everyone. If you're not a good artist, you don't draw very well, there are so many different things in printmaking you can do that you never feel at a loss. And sometimes doing these things, you learn how to draw along the way.
I always tell people, if you're not having a good time, something's wrong, and I want people to have a good time, you know, and they do.